Hey, good morning. We're talking about principles and practices of activation and recovery, and we're continuing on with our money in the bank analogy. Today, we're talking about assets versus liabilities. If you look at investing, if you look at finding ways to grow wealth, oftentimes you're going to see it broken down into assets, things that I can obtain and that make me more money down the way or make me more wealth or give me something in return down the line, and then liabilities, things that I purchase that I continue have to give money back. Okay, so things that are assets could be it could be like a real estate that's going to give me back, buying into a business that's going to pay me back, whereas a liability may be things like cars, things that depreciate in value or just don't give back toward the whole. We can think about this same thing when we think about athlete development, recovery, and getting better over time. Assets, major assets in my career, whether I'm an athlete, whether I'm a coach, are things that are going to give back to me. These are the things that I should be investing in every single day, especially when I put money back into the bank. Things such as the big three: sleep, nutrition, finding a schedule or a routine and maintaining that. Teaching skills. If I can teach somebody something, maybe I'm teaching a younger athlete some specifics or techniques about my skill, or maybe some X's and O's. He is learning, she is learning, but I'm also learning by learning how to teach that skill. Okay, pairing stressors together. All the time in physical development, what we want to try to do is pair things that are comparable to one another together. So things that are super high CNS intensive, I want to put together. Things that are maybe more metabolically intensive, which don't require as much CNS activity, I pair together. Then that allows my body to have a singular goal. Pairing stressors together. Obviously, choice. Everything I make, if I'm pushing toward positive choices, that's going to be a major asset. And then finally, focusing on processes. Think about the processes that I have every day. That's going to help me down the line. Let's look at just some quick examples of some liabilities. Fluff training. Things that are out there that look kind of fancy, but maybe not contributing to the whole. Jumping around from different training emphasis areas or focus. That could be considered fluff training. It can have some effect, okay, but it certainly costs me some. Poor choices, that's a given. Quick fixes. Oftentimes in physical development or even long-term development of an athlete, things don't happen quickly. Okay, things occur when I stack great days together by focusing on the process. And then finally, focusing only on the outcome. Okay, again, it can be something good in the short term, but at the end of the day, it's a liability in the long term. What we want to do as we're putting money back into our bank, as we're recovering, as we're preparing for the next day, is making sure that we're focusing on building assets. The more assets I have, the more skill set I develop, and the more I can give back toward my game and our team's game. Assets and liabilities. Let's go.